Got a praise in my heart, got a praise on my lips. Gotta praise him every chance that I get. I get so excited about what he's done for me. So excited, yeah. So
there's no way to be around you and not have a smile on your face.
Thank you,
I want to just say this one last little bit of introductorial encouragement.
Got a praise in my heart, got a praise on my lips. Gotta praise him every chance that I get. I get so excited about what God's done for me. So excited, I get so excited about what God's done for me. So excited, yes. Got a praise in my heart, got a praise on my lips. Gotta praise him every chance that I get. I get so excited about what he's done for me. So excited, yeah. So excited about what God's done for me. So excited, I get. Gotta praise in my heart.
What's going on, everybody? Welcome to the show. Oh, my goodness. It is Friday. We made it. I don't know about you, but I'm glad I made it. Man. So, I've been trying some new things out. Got a couple of things happening. So, bear with me. But what you can do in the meantime is you can like, subscribe, and share this video with someone that you think might enjoy this conversation tonight. Oh my goodness. Listen, if you're not really into reality TV, I'm just going to be completely honest with you. This might not be the show for you. However, you still might have an opinion. So let me not kick you out the door just yet. Sit down for a minute. You still might be interested in this just simply because it's dealing with the fact that it's church and it's reality TV. Now, we all watch a little bit of reality TV. Maybe not we all. So let me not assume in that area either. I will say this. I find some reality TV shows to be interesting, downright hilarious. And then there have been some that kind of like, I don't know if this is cool. I don't know if maybe we should if we should do this, if this is okay. But let's get into it real quick. Remember, like, subscribe, share. Get this out here to your people. Get in the comments so you can tell me your opinion. Let's talk about this thing. It's Friday. We survived. Let's have this conversation, all right? Now, some of you might remember maybe 2 or 3 years ago, and I might have a special guest jumping in here on this topic. But you might remember a couple of years ago, there was a show called The Preachers of LA. Comments, hands up in the comments if you remember that. Does anyone remember that show? Well, listen. A situation took place on a very prominent reality TV show on the Bravo network, okay? And it involved a former first lady. Anybody have a clue who I'm talking about? I'm checking the comments now. Hold tight, hold on. I'm on my way to check those comments. You let me know what you think. Does anybody know who it was? Okay. All right. I see you. Okay. Okay, awesome. So look, the Preachers of LA took everyone on on kind of a, you were able to follow the pastors into their communities, into different events, how things were happening in their church, how they do ministry outside of their church, their interactions with their family, interactions with family members that they really don't get along with. And of course, they dressed up the locations and stuff like that, where I use virtual backgrounds. They actually brought in furniture and redid some homes. Let's tell the truth. Redid some homes so that they would be up to par. Okay. No shade, just react. That's really what happened. All right. And then in some cases, we got a chance to kind of go behind the veil. That's supposed to be the whole idea of the whole reality TV thing. You're actually going behind the veil and seeing people the way they are. Now, this is where we run into a problem, because for I call them half-baked saints. Don't judge, but I'm going to explain why I say that. For the half-baked saints, this really isn't that cool. Because, there are some that they hold people in leadership, preferably pastors and first ladies, to a higher standard than they would actually hold themselves. And the argument that they use, is, well, you're supposed to be a preacher and you're supposed to be this, you're supposed to be that. So we shouldn't see you at a cigar lounge. We shouldn't see you drinking. We shouldn't see you doing any of these things. We shouldn't see you in a strip club. There's so many, all of these, you shouldn't, we shouldn't this, we shouldn't that, right? But the saints do all of these things, okay? I'm not justifying anything. I'm just laying it out. Don't shoot the messenger, because I'll shoot back. But let's just keep it clear all the way across the board, they all do these. There are a lot of people who do a lot of different things. The saints do it too. But if a pastor does it, or if the first lady does it, it's an issue, and it's grounds for dismissal from their post because they represent the cloth. Now, I'm not taking anything from it. Once again, for those that are popping in and out, I'm laying the foundation for this thing so that everybody is clear, once again, that we are all held to a standard because we are Christians. Okay, there is a such thing as balance, but then we also don't want to do anything that causes our brother or sister to slip. The question is reality TV causing people to slip in the pulpit? Now, some would say no, folks are slipping on their own without a pulpit. They're not slipping on the pulpit. Some are slipping on poles, beds, posts, and anything else. Okay, so we can't really blame it on that. But my point is, with all that we have to do concerning church already, okay, with all of the preconceived notions that people already have about church, should we really invite reality TV into the church? Case in point. Well, on Netflix, there's a choir show. Now, did anybody see anything wrong with that? Let me know in the comments. Did anyone see anything wrong with what was it? Voices of something with Pharrell? Cause I'm happy. Him is his uncle's church. Okay, and one of my favorite choir directors who works with, his name is Patrick Riddick, and he also sings with and directs for Ricky Dillard. Okay, yeah, so that's a form of a reality show. Now of course they didn't start following people around. Okay, because I don't know, how would you guys want to peg that? Because some would say that choir show is more like American Idol. Everybody's trying to make the cut to be in the choir, but they're real people, real situations, and they just kind of dramatize them up. Whoever has the best storyline gets to be up front, get your 15 minutes of fame, that whole thing, right? Okay, but with the pastors, there was one pastor, him and his wife, they even tried to show the fact that, well, we are married, so we're intimate. I still dress up for my husband. I this, I that. Oh, that's his name. We had that little piece. And then we had a piece, where we got a chance to see a pastor that was kind of like, he was a little bit rough around the edges, He wanted to make sure people knew, I'm from the hood, but it's all good. Like, he was still out there in it. I gotta get this straight. So, okay, I got it covered. I think I got this covered. I can do it. All right. So wait, let me see what you guys are saying in the comments, because I don't want to leave anybody out. There we go. All right. So he was not sipping on any gin or any juice. So we're not going to say that, Sabrina. It wasn't that. Okay. But it was a little hood. But I would not say that the Voice show that's on Netflix, that's more like an American Idol thing, or The Voice or something like that, okay? That wouldn't really fall into this particular category. I'm going to tell you how I got there. I took your brain back to Preachers of LA so I could bring you forward to what's happening right now, okay? Okay, I can do that. So this is what happened on The Real Housewives of Potomac, okay? There's a lady on the show by the name of Giselle Bryant. All right. Giselle Bryant is the former first lady. I'll tell y'all why I had to slow down to say that, because I need to have some dental work done. And I almost bit my cheek off. Okay. The former first lady of Empowerment Temple. That she is the ex-wife of Jamal Bryant. She's been on this show now. I think we're in season 5, season 6, somewhere around in there. Yeah, we're somewhere around that area. Anyway, this last season was quite tumultuous simply because it got out that that Giselle and Jamal were back to dating. Okay. Long story short, it ended up just really kind of being a storyline. She was trying to keep herself relevant. And so what happened, every time he was supposed to show up for something with the girls and things like that, it became an issue. It was something would come up. He got stuck in Africa on one of the rounds, and he really did. He was stuck, on the flight. And mind you, these shows tape almost a year before they actually air. 6 months to a year before it airs, okay? And so just to try to get it to land within the time frame that it would when they're ready to show it. So if they taped, if the show airs during Christmas time, that's when some of the episodes happen, then they would have to shoot it at Christmas time, for instance, 2021, so that way they can show it for 2022. Get what I'm saying? Because that's how they space all of these shows out, where we have to wait almost 6 months to a year before we see another season of the show, right? So it got a little interesting because now, and it's interesting because, for one, it's a known fact. You can check it on YouTube for yourself, check the bloggers, all that kind of stuff. He has children. Okay. Do I need to explain that? I guess I have to, because we're having a conversation, right? I can't assume my audience. All right. So he has some children that were birthed in and out of wedlock, and still while pastoring, there was, it's a lot of things that kind of took place, right? So for the viewers who know and others, it was a bit like, well, how are you going to keep showing up for the children you have with Giselle, but we don't see you doing that with others? This is my point. Because the audience doesn't see it, it's assumed that it doesn't happen. And because he doesn't let you in to every aspect of his life, doesn't mean that he's not there. Okay. And this is where that fine line of, well, is it reality TV or not? Are we keeping it real? If you're letting us into your business, you're letting us into your business. So this is where things can get a little tricky. Okay. And this is why I'm having the conversation, because see, once you open it up, it's kind of hard to close that back down, force it away, make people go away, make people go out. Now, mind you, they always say the truth will outlast a lie. If you don't die first from stress, like, come on. Listen, y'all, it's a lot, okay? It's really a lot. And those are the things that just really make me go, I don't know if we should do this. I don't know if we should let people in like this. We can't handle the single pastor on a street in LA. You know what I'm saying? we can't even handle the pastor dating. And I thought maybe we should talk about pastors dating. Is it how do pastors navigate dating and being single and this, that, and the other? And I know that that's a common conversation when you do stuff like this, but for some odd reason we need to continue to talk about it until we all know how to act right. Okay, I'm just saying. So it just kind of made things a little interesting. Made me wonder, like, are we really setting ourselves up for failure? And let me be clear, okay? I love me some Jamal Bryant. I refer to him as my internet pastor. My mama says I shouldn't say that, but like I would listen to pre-pandemic. My route to work would take me almost an hour to get to work, and I could for sure put on one of his sermons, and it would get me all the way there. Hallelujah! Have my praise and worship music and everything, and then listen to one of those sermons, and then I'm good to go. Okay, so I am not a Jamal Bryant hater. It's just it. Once again, you put it out there for us to see it. And now what's happening, one of the other cast members is really dragging Giselle because you've involved him. Now get this. Jamal Bryant was a pastor in Baltimore, Empowerment Temple. He is now the senior pastor. Oh, I'm about to mess up the name of the church. Somebody put it in the comment. I went blank. Oh my goodness. Bishop New Birth. Woo! Father, forgive me. New Birth. Okay, yeah. So now he's a senior pastor. Remember, this was Eddie Long's church. Bishop Eddie Long's church. Let me be respectful. Bishop Eddie Long's church. Okay. And so now it's Jamal Bryant. And I think we're just now about to come up on his 2-year pastoral anniversary there. We don't need any extra scandal. Now, this is why I ride with Jamal Bryant. I'm going to tell you why. When he interviewed for the church, and you can hear this in one of his sermons early on, like early at the beginning of last year, in one of his sermons, you will hear him say that he told them, everything that you've probably heard about me is true. Saints of God, how many times do we actually get to hear someone say that? I'm just saying, no one puts themselves under that type of scrutiny. So to just come out and just flat say, there's a possibility that the majority of the stuff you've heard is true. Yes, this, yes, that, but I've changed, I'm this, I'm that, however he defended himself. He was upfront. But just because you've been upfront does not mean that you get to continue to bring more attention to your extramarital affairs that occur. I mean, because the saints don't forget it. They hold on to it. They'll hold on to I'm talking about y'all. They will hold on to your dirt longer than they will hold on to theirs, because theirs is buried deep in the backyard. So it's much easier to resurrect your skeletons. I said it. Get mad in the comments if you want to. Remember to like, subscribe, and share. And click the bell notification. If you know I'm telling the truth, you can clap your hands. How about that? So I just wanted to, do we really want to bring people in like this? Do we really need this type of stuff? It's enough going on. And that's just it. There are so many bloggers that, when I say they are dragging this situation, they are dragging it, okay? And they're dragging her because of how she portrayed herself, her use of profanity, her they talk about the way she dressed, but they said that she can't dress. That's not my business. They talk about her house that it's not as nice as some of the other houses that folks are renting. That's not my business. My issue is I want to know what made Jamal Bryant agree to publicly date her for this storyline, knowing what it would do. Maybe they started dating and they were really going to try to date and it just flat didn't work out. Okay. But what has happened, other people that have dated him have decided to come out. And one of them is a minister. And I'm looking at her like, ma'am, you're doing too much. Okay. If you got to get out and talk about your travails with the brother, it almost looks as if you were looking for way more, because at the time you were dating him, he was still with somebody else. So let me hurry up and send this this invite, because I got somebody that's gonna weigh in on this. I hope you're ready. And I'm getting ready to check the comments again. And I'll make sure I got this right, because I just want to know I did it right. I see you talking. Okay, I understand. Okay. Yes, thank you. Thank you. I appreciate that opinion. Thank you. So that's what I'm trying to get us to understand. It's way more to it. Yes, people love attention, but it's indeed. Thank you, Finney. He did. He was dating Tweet. I'm glad some people know the storyline. Thank you. He was dating, and that's just it. You can date people and stuff doesn't work out. But this really created a situation. It really did, and then it got so bad that Giselle went off, okay, on the show. But I feel like you kind of opened the door yourself. And he may have done you bad, and I get that, but I wouldn't want to put the girls through it. Now, this is the thing. It seemed as though his daughters were never interested in any conversation of the two of them being together. And I don't know if that's, how what happens in this house stays in this house for the ones that with the home training situations and conversations that you hear that are grown folks' business, that you don't discuss that or whatever. But so there's no telling what they saw on the inside. But when those cameras were rolling, they did not appear to be that thrilled of them being together. They they preferred the idea that he's over there, we're over here. But we will never know until one of them actually decides to talk. Okay. Now, with us trying to, Terrence O'Brien says, if we are truly going to exemplify Christ, then yes. Okay. Now, let's be clear. I hear you, O'Brien. I hear you, and I feel your perspective. Let's dig in on that, though. Okay. Because this is where people tend to say, well, are you being two-faced? Are you code switching? It's not about, I honestly don't feel that it's a that you're not being real and that you're not being Christ-like. If you're gonna show it, then you got to know what comes along with the territory, So then maybe my question, so Terrence, then maybe my question is, should we, how can I say this? No, I don't think that's the right way, because I don't want to say it in a misleading way. So I'm going to come back to that thought. I see something else. Has anyone read the Bible? It's full of folks overcoming scandals. Listen, Finney, the whole thing, and Finney, check your email. The whole thing is, we read the Bible, but we act as if those things are not still happening. And I don't know if maybe we haven't heard the stories told properly or with the right emphasis on certain details. But let's be clear. The whole situation with Bathsheba and David, it was a mess. And people knew. People knew what was happening. Okay? The cupbearer, worst job in the palace. I don't care what nobody says. Don't do what? Don't do what, Finney? I'm telling the truth. Like, I wouldn't have wanted to be the cupbearer. First of all, I wouldn't have wanted to be the cupbearer because if somebody was trying to poison the king, the cupbearer had to test everything first. I wouldn't have wanted to be the cupbearer, and I would not have wanted to be the king's assistant. Because when I say you know all the tea, you know all the tea. Those guards that stand there, stone face looking straight ahead, those ears still work. I'm serious. I'm so serious. So, yes, if people were still mindful of the fact that stuff happens, this is the part that get me. This is the part that gets me. You have people that will hear all of this stuff that happens, and the first statement is, "Oh, he couldn't be my pastor. He couldn't be my pastor. I couldn't be in his flock." Oh my goodness. He couldn't be my pastor. I couldn't walk with him. No, listen. He's a man. All right. He's a man. He's a man first. Okay. So if he was, we're not talking about a superhuman. Okay. We're talking about a person who has vices, who goes through things, who has had several experiences in life that have changed you in some type of way, and you're going to act as if you're better than. No. So the folks, so the children of Israel shouldn't have followed Moses. When I hear people make those statements, that's like, so Noah had a drinking problem, so nobody should have listened to him in the first place, right? Help me. I'm just trying to understand. Okay. All right. What? Paul persecuted Christians. Who say he won't have a relapse to go into serial killing mode? Like, I mean, because we still blowing up churches. It just happened in El Monte. A pastor spoke his mind. Well, not spoke his mind, spoke Bible and got in trouble. And they're saying, oh, well, we're saying it allegedly had something to do with his statements that he made over the pulpit. So just magically, deliciously, right after he made those statements, then all of a sudden the church gets bombed? Really? Okay. Let's play. Let me see here. All right. Finney said, talk about them pastors who ain't teaching. That's a conversation for a different day, sir. Terrence O'Brien says, so we have to decide if what we read is an endorsement or a warning from God. Should we follow David in this instance, or do we use that to know what not to do? Of course, Terrence. For someone reading with common sense, yes, you are absolutely right. Okay, yes, it's a story of what not to do, but it happened. Okay, it happened. All right, Eve gave the fruit to Adam, hence hell on earth. It happened. All right, we know not to do that. We know not to listen to the devil. Okay, but for some odd, the way we're wired, okay, we're still children, and that's why whenever the Bible refers to us, oh ye children, because we still do childish things. There are people in their 50s and 60s still doing childish things. Listen, just about 5 or 6 hours ago, there was a video that went up on Instagram of a man giving his testimony of how he used to be. And what was so, and people are laughing, and he chuckled a little bit too, you know, because it was interesting to hear. We've heard women stand up and talk about what they used to do and how well they used to do it. Okay, but it's something to hear a man stand up and say that I really was out there. I was nasty with my life, you know, and so oh yeah, you're right. But when he stood up to give his testimony, and he's sharing about, you know, his travails in life, you know, it was like, oh, well, thank God for deliverance. Yeah, thank God for deliverance. But he's standing and he's saying something that most people won't get up and say. Why? Because of scrutiny, for being over criticized by someone who does not hold a candle. And that's just it. I'm not sitting here criticizing. I'm trying to figure out, how are the people of God reading this thing? You have no idea how influential you all are to how I perceive things and how I experience the saints. Okay, especially in this instance, simply because we're no longer going into the brick and mortar building, you know, so everything is virtual, although some places are opening up, and I would hope and wish that you would be extremely careful. All right, because I think we're all starting to get a little bit smarter now. When we know we have to go around people, I'm looking on Instagram trying to see where have you been in the last 14 days. So we should all take a page out of that book. That was free. But anyway, okay, Fanny says the Bible has published faults. We can't lie and hide and act like we're perfect, not glorifying it, but using it to show the grace and transformation. Grace and transformation. Okay, so then here's my question. If that's what we're supposed to show, and you are absolutely correct, thank you, and thank you as well, Terrence O'Brien, excuse me, sir. You're absolutely correct, Fanny. If we're not so my question is, if we're not exhibiting transformation, and what else did you say? Transformation and grace. Okay. Is this fruitful? And do you feel that this scenario that happened on the Real Housewives of Potomac, was this a setup? What are your thoughts? I want you to share that. You're absolutely right. Yes. So this is all I'm trying to get us to understand. Like, I think sometimes we have to be mindful of the fact that it might not be wise. It might not be wise to have everything out there like that. But at the same time, if it's in an effort to help build people up, in an effort to try to bring light to how to maneuver through situations like that. I think we need that more than anything else. But when it's all said and done, it still comes with much talk. It comes with a lot of hateration. I mean, good grief. I mean, and then this is the part. This is the part. Everybody has a friend. Okay. Let's just be clear. Everybody has a friend. Everybody has that one or two friends that they can go and talk to and discuss what's going on, and it's understood that that conversation happens within that nucleus. Why? Because someone who's not a part of your nucleus might not understand your banter, your camaraderie, the way you guys gel. You know what I mean? So you have to be mindful of that because it's still open to a lot of opinions. And as Terrence so eloquently said, common sense is not common anymore. I doubt it if it ever was common. Okay? Because dumb stuff just keeps happening. And I think that's the whole idea. I feel like as long as we're in this human flesh, we're going to have flesh issues. Okay? And I think that's the reason I'm having this conversation, because I feel like we have so many flesh issues that I don't think it should be in the hands of the industry. Finney, that's where I'm going with this thing. That's what it is. I don't think it should be in the hands. It shouldn't be in the hands of the industry. Okay? Because I think you're right. I think that maybe it should not. That they did set Giselle up to a certain degree, but I think Giselle put herself out there. So I can't completely, Finny, you would have to see some of it. And then because I know you would say, no, I don't. I get it. I know what it is. And you might be right. But please hear me, sir. She put herself out there for this. Okay? Because like I said, that's why I was building this foundation all the way up. I wanted you all to understand how it all goes, with the filming of things. It happens months and months prior to, because of course there's so much editing that has to be done. But on that editing floor is where some of the truth is, because we're not getting it all. Okay? We're not. And that's fair. That's fair to say. That's fair to say of what happened with the preachers of LA. I believe that there's a lot of footage that was left on the chopping block that should have been on the screen to help give a more, complete overview, a complete view of all of these pastors. I don't think they did everybody dirty on Preachers of LA. I think they helped some maintain, they kept some decorum there. But then there were a couple of cases that it's like, wow, we really on the edge here, people. All right. I don't know if this is such a good thing. For instance, okay. Oh, do I really want to go there today? I'm going to take a deep breath. John Gray. Listen, y'all, it took all the angels of Africa to get me off the wall with that whole situation. Okay. Once again, human, carnal, flesh, but you still, guess what though? Still anointed. That's why the Bible says, touch not my anointed, do my prophet no harm. We're not in a position to judge. But the situation is like you can't pull up. I feel like that's why I feel like it shouldn't be in the hands, the shows that we produce, the shows that they want. You want to showcase the church, but I don't always think they have the church's best interest at heart. So do we really want to put our spiritual blanket? Do you really want to drag it through the mud like that? You know how they say, being judged in the court of public opinion. and not in a court of law, and there are some things are lawful, but they're not expedient. This is one of those things. I don't think it should be in the hands of the industry. Yes, all the angels in Africa. Yes, Miss Porter, I said that. I couldn't understand, and his wife came to she's referring to John Gray. His wife came to his defense, that her marriage as well. She stood, stand by a man. Yeah, well, she tried, and then he went and stood by somebody else with some conversation. So there are some deeper issues there. And that's the thing. If it gets out there, then we have to address it out there. You see what I'm saying? So I think right now there's so much going on. We don't need this. The bloggers are doing it, and there's some church bloggers out there that are rough. Ooh, y'all don't understand. Rough. Okay. They're rough on us, on our own. So it's almost like I don't know. I don't think this is the setting. I don't really think this is something that that's my personal opinion. I don't think it's something that we should try to embrace and run after. And just know it's gonna come with much scrutiny, There's a good friend that shared with me that there's something on the horizons. And my heart just like, okay, all right, well, bless God. I want to see good come out of it. And it's not because I don't think that person can hold their own. Not at all. It's not that at all. Because they're so blunt and blatant with their, with their masculinity, with their spirituality, their opinion, vibrant, but this is not some little chihuahua we talk about. This is a good grown man, okay? But I feel like I'm afraid that there will be things left once again on the editing floor. And I don't want it to be misconstrued. Not that the person can't hold their own, because I know that they can. I've seen them do it, I just want to hope for the best. Let me put it like that. That's all I'm saying. I'm just saying. I want to hope for the best. I want to see good come out of it. I think it'll be great to see this person on film, but I think I'll be in sackcloth and ashes until the season is over. I'm just gonna be honest. I just plead the blood over everything. I did, Karen. I did. I'm trying to take it all in. I'm trying to understand where this puts the plight of the church. And I can't stand to see it. They're so busy talking. And I know for some, you might not catch the blogs like that or the stuff on YouTube. And I do for the not for the sake of content, because we don't talk about the same stuff. It's more so for one, because I keep up with some of those shows, and I think, and I'm gonna be honest with you, completely honest. The reason I started watching the Real Housewives of Potomac was because Giselle Bryant was on the show. But this is the first time that he really appeared on the show. And that was the thing. Her whole storyline was on some, I was a former first lady and he cheated on me on several occasions. He's a dog, woof, 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 woof. That's how she put him out there. And so now you're dating, you're trying to reconcile, you're trying to work, you want to work things out. Okay, that's noble, but he never showed up to anything. So that became the joke. Like they said that he was the boyfriend in the phone. Do you know how sad that has to be? That's your storyline, that your man is in the phone. He might as well be imaginary. At least you would say he's sitting right here right now. You don't see him? He's right here. Y'all don't know I had a new man? Right here. You know what I'm saying? So that's not cool. You know, it's not really working like that. It just kind of opens up the door and puts you in a situation where you can't you can't move without being in the spotlight. You know, and as ministers, as leaders, those that are first ladies, former first ladies, pastors, former pastors, assistant ministers, adjutants, whatever. They just put a whole lot of extra on everything. That's all I'm saying. They put a lot of extras on stuff. All right. So yes. Oh, you see my imaginary boyfriend? Yeah. He's sweet. He never leaves my side. Oh. Oh, sorry. He was over here on this side this time. My bad. Okay. Jade Nelson says, I think it all kind of came back to bite her in the butt because of how nasty she had been to others on the show. Thank you. Yes. Absolutely, my love. Absolutely. Her whole mentality, that's, you know, and it's kind of like she set herself up for failure, and they are dogging her now. Like, they dogged her so bad. Like, how can you talk about anybody else's relationship? How can you talk about what anybody else has going on? How can you talk about it and your boyfriend lives in the phone? Is Jamal gonna stop by? Like that's like the going joke now. Like, because Giselle asked somebody, oh, will Juan be joining us tonight? And they were like, will Jamal be joining us tonight? They'd be like, she brought her phone. Oh, he's here. He's right. I'm gonna call him now. We're gonna FaceTime. He's coming right now. Child, he didn't even pick up. So look, we can't. Saints. I was just trying to help us to understand that this really opened up a can of worms. And I just, like I said, I love me some Jamal Bryant. I'm trying to tell you, I really, really do. I just don't think this was smart. And I've been on pins and listen, I have been praying. Don't let this man lose his church behind this, but trying to appease her, trying to make her feel better about the wrong. Have you actually, because you talk about it, but have you really forgiven yourself? Or do you really allow her to hold that over your head? Let me tell y'all, she wrote a whole book, y'all. Okay. She wrote a whole book and tried to make it seem like it wasn't about her and Jamal. So you're giving me thirst. You're looking for any type of storyline. And because you're so spiteful, you're willing to get in his head enough. And I'm not saying he doesn't have his own mind. So ladies, please don't make it seem like I'm bashing because I like Jamal Bryant. I've been paying attention. Okay. I've been paying attention. I've read the book. It was clearly about her and Jamal. Okay. So let's just be clear. All right. I don't think this was a smart move. I don't think he had the opportunity to defend himself because, like I said, this was all taped last year. So it brewed then because I saw them spotted at when Dave Chappelle did his live. He did a live taping and they went when Jamal became the pastor of New Birth. I loved how at New Birth the media team just kept, you know, remember the what's the book? Where's Waldo? so you could spot them. You know, they weren't in the first row. They were on, the mezzanine, like, so, like, where there's, it's about like 20 to 30 rows, and then there's a walking row, and then there starts another row. She was seated right there, so she was dead center. So when he looked out into the audience, you can see your ex-wife and your 3 children sitting there. So she was showing up, she was doing little things, So you spun this storyline last year for us all to see during the summer, that, oh, you're trying to spark up the idea that you and Jamal are going to get back together. But see, I took it another way. I looked at it like, are you trying to get back with him because he got a bigger church now? See, that's the route I went. I didn't think, and I'm being honest, I did not think he would go on that show. He was on twice. Yes. 2 times that you actually saw him on the show. Other than that, he was just in her phone. Okay? I just didn't see him participating in something like this, because whenever you hear reality TV shows, scandals. And if you're not in it to spin it in a different direction, I don't, then what are we doing? Does it belong in your pulpit? That's my question. Okay. So that's the idea of reality TV and pulpit. Listen, you come to your own conclusions. I was just sharing. I thought we should have a conversation because it's out there, and I wanted us I wanted us to be able to discuss it, and have a healthy opinion about it. So shout out to my village in the comment section. You guys kept it lit tonight. Thank you so much for sharing your opinions and being different. I'm here for it. That's part of a conversation. It's not about yesums and everybody having to agree. Sometimes we can agree to disagree. That's all I'm saying. In other news, yeah. I have a birthday next week. Yes, I have a birthday next week. Next Thursday is my birthday. Whew, Jesus. I've been here for almost 40 years. Yeah, I don't know how I feel about that. But no, I still got one more year to get to 40, but I will be 39 this year. Yeah, so let's get ready, because next Friday, on my show, I'm going to have a virtual party on my show. So I'm going to send out the link. I'm going to yes. Oh, Herman, yes, that's my birthday buddy. He's a February baby too. Wait, is it today? No, not today. I mean, wait a minute. Are you February 1st or 2nd? Thank you, my sweethearts. You guys are so sweet. That's right. Yeah, Herman is very close to my birthday. Okay, cool. But yeah, so I'm gonna have like a virtual party. Herman, you gotta come. Okay, I need your email address so I can send you the link. Cause I normally sing happy birthday to people, and I didn't realize it was such a big deal. Somebody need to go. I need somebody to go find the first. I knew it. I knew I was right. Yes, Herman. Okay. But this is what I need. I need somebody to find Theo Wilkins. Karen, are you still on here? Karen, I need you to go find Theo Wilkins, and I need you to tell him that I have sung happy birthday to him for it's been a couple of years now that I've done it. Yes, 1st and the 4th. Hey, but I need you to let him know that I need him to sing happy birthday to me on February 5th at 7 p.m. Herman Finnison. I'm asking for the same, and I know yours is going to be special because you do like me. You know how to make up a song on the drop of a hat. So I just need all the singers. If I ever sung Happy Birthday to You, I need you to come sing to me. And if y'all really love me for real, somebody get in touch with Tank. You have not because you asked not. Shoot. Somebody find Tank. I need Tank to sing Happy Birthday to me. Who else? I'm putting in my request. I'm gonna think of some more people. Hey, thank you. So yeah. So next week we are going to party. All right. So get ready. It's gonna be a lot of music, conversations happening. So bring your party hats. What's the color scheme? What's the color scheme? I don't think I want to have a color scheme. Just I don't know. We'll see what happens. But I'm excited. I mean, to God be the glory. Ain't like I was going somewhere. It's a whole pandemic outside. Where y'all been? Already planning on how you gonna go outside because some stores opened up. If you don't stay up behind in the house, catching Rona. Child, you can see here Karen go. See, this is why I almost didn't say nothing to her about it. Because Karen is going to sit up here and say that that's her husband. That Theo Wilkins is her husband. Like it matters to me. He's my brother. What in the podunk hunk town are you? Now that's country. You don't knock it off. I don't want that man. There you go. Yes. Yes, indeed. So yes, those are the people that I want my songs from. And I mean it. We're gonna have some fun. Okay, well, this has been real. I know you miss me. Sure, I keep telling y'all I'm irreplaceable. I may disappear for a little while, but I'm not going for long. Y'all pray for me because this what is it called? Oh, my master's degree. It is wearing me out. It is wearing me out. That's why I always tell people my show is therapy. My show is therapy for me because I get to talk this thing through and get over it. But look, I love you all dearly. It's about to be an hour, and you know I don't like to take up a lot of your time like that. I do want to share this. Don't forget. Remember last week I had Charlotte Johnson on with me. And she was the author of Stormwatch. Remember that from last week? Listen, family, I want to tell you guys, thank you so much for supporting her. Oh my goodness, you guys really came through and support. I mean, before she could even get off the live, people had already purchased the book, 2 and 3 books at a time. Okay, so thank you all so much for supporting her. It is truly appreciated. And for those that are still interested in getting the book, you can go to her website. I'm going to put it up now. There you go. You can go to that website and you can get her book called Stormwatch. If you're interested in it, let's support our sister in Christ. I'm sure that she would love and appreciate it. She has a whole nother shipment of books coming in, and she's gonna sign those too. So if you want your copy signed by her, please, sir, please, ma'am, check out this book, okay? And it's not just a book for women. It's not like a women's empowerment, like that's all it is. Her husband even has a chapter in the book where he talks about the experience of what they endured from marriage to their firstborn son together. Oh goodness, it's really a roller coaster, but it's really a triumphant story. And for those of us in the city that know the Johnson family, we saw them travail 7 years ago, and we we saw the prayer vigils, the t-shirts, the everything. So it's definitely a story of being an overcomer, and it's definitely a triumphant story of Evan Johnson. And I absolutely love and appreciate this family. So once again, her name is Charlotte Johnson. The name of the book is Stormwatch, and it is available on her website. So please, sir, please, ma'am, patronize my good sister. And then, as always, on the Just Fran channel on YouTube, please feel free to stop on by and click that notification bell, so as soon as I go live, you'll be able to get notified of my show. And as always, I thank you so much for joining in. I had a lot of fun tonight, but I don't hold you guys past an hour unless it just really gets down like that. Okay. All right. I'm checking in the comments one more time. You guys are absolutely amazing. Thank you, Jade. I'll see you next week as well, my love. Thank you. Herman, as always, I love and appreciate you, my love. All right. Thank you so much to Lee Finney for chiming in on the conversation. Terrence O'Brien, thank you so much for chiming in on the conversation. And to my beautiful village, thank you for being with me every week like you always do. I'll see you next week. And don't forget, it's a party. It's a party. Like a party. Yeah. See you then. Have a beautiful week. Bye.